Enjoying secrets of a sugar daddy? How about a little something extra? Here's today's dose of extra sugar with Marcus.
And I'm back with one of the party goers. So this girl is very interesting because I had a preconceived idea of her before she even got here. And she's pretty much met that idea of what I had of her, because in our group text and in our communication with her, she just seemed to be a calming, zen, kind of just a force where you just felt very comfortable. And actually, I think she brought the girls to reality a few times, which was really nice because everybody has different personalities, strong and kind of maybe hesitant or, let's say, nervous or anxious about different things. And then Mia, who is my guest today, just kind of, look, guys, it'll be okay, or whatever, right? It was just, we could feel that. Even Alejandra was very, very excited to meet you. You actually stayed at my Airbnb at my house, so I've gotten to know you a little better. But welcome to the podcast and welcome to this party weekend.
Oh my goodness, what a beautiful introduction. Thank you so much, Marcus. I feel honored.
So you're from the Austin area, but you haven't always lived there.
No, I've actually been quite the vagabond much of my life. And I've bounced around to a lot of different locations. And I just happened to find myself in Vegas after living in the tropics as a dirty hippie for 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's get a little baseline. You're how old?
I'm 41.
41, okay. And then how long have you been sugar dating?
Mostly off, but off and on for 20 years.
20 years. Now, how did you do it before the website and the apps came out?
Craigslist.
Oh, you did through Craigslist. How would you even advertise that? Or how would you go about that?
I was just looking for the right wording.
Yeah.
And there was a gentleman who had posted something up on there, and he was very respectful. And back then you could use dollar signs.
Oh, okay.
So he had dollar signs in his profile. So that's what I was looking for. I just had gotten snubbed by a coworker at my restaurant that I had been working at. And I remember thinking to myself, there are guys who would pay me for my time, and this guy snubs me.
Yeah.
And so in my fury, I went online and, I just wanted to be paid for my time and paid for my company. And so how that looked, I was pretty flexible on.
Okay. So you've been doing it a while. What's your current status?
Sure. So I actually got back on Seeking about 3 months ago. And 1 month of that, I've been out because I recently had surgery. I got my fallopian tubes removed.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very happy about that.
Okay.
So right now I've got 3 SDs. And
3 sugar daddies.
Yes, but it's very sporadic. So the one I call my main SD, he's been having a lot of things happening in his family, so he's had to go away quite a bit. So I would say I think we've met up 3 times now, including a meet and greet.
Okay.
And then I've got another individual, and he's in an open marriage. So with that, it's also very sporadic because he's got his full-time love life and everything. And then the third was funny. It actually evolved from kind of a foot fetish.
Really?
Yeah. It started as a foot fetish thing, and it just...
I mean, they're out there.
There's a lot
There's
of
a
foot fetish
lot out there.
Yeah.
My former sugar baby, Madison, she actually went to a foot fetish party. I don't know if you've been to one of those, but it's literally girls there, quite a few girls, and then men will buy tokens. And let's say they buy $200 worth of tokens, right? I don't know how many they give for it. But then they would give a token to each girl, and that would give them time to worship their feet, massage their feet. So anyway, guys loved her feet, and they would just come up and almost give her like almost all of their tokens, just to sit there and be able to worship her feet.
That is so...
And she's like, I loved it.
It is the most fascinating thing. I remember talking to a doctor once about it. Quick digression. Because apparently the area of the brain that controls sexual organs is right next to an area of the brain that controls feet.
Really?
Yes. So he said...
that's how maybe they're connected?
Yes. And well, that's what he told me. And he said if the area of the brain for armpits was next to the sex area, then we would have an armpit obsession.
Really?
That's what he said.
Well, I mean, who knows? There's something going on there, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so you had some foot fetish things going on.
A little bit. Yeah. And I found a couple of individuals on FetLife. I can't say I'm really big into kink, but I'm a really kinky person. I've been told by multiple people. I seem really demure, and calm and soothing, and I am. But I'm also a super freak.
Well, we noticed you own that pole a little bit, which was pretty unexpected.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love dancing very much.
Yeah, we
and
noticed that.
Yeah, whoever was the DJ did a great job, and that was super fun.
So how did you find Secrets of a Sugar Daddy podcast?
Yeah, when I realized, basically I'd gotten my heart broken one too many times in traditional dating. I realized that's it. I'm going back to the bowl, and I don't think I'll ever look back because I've never had a negative experience in this world. So I was just doing some research, and I thought surely there's a podcast, and that's how I found y'all. And I was extremely pleasantly surprised to hear that there was the female and male perspective.
Yeah.
And that it was a podcast actually created by a daddy. And I found that incredible. And all the different folks that came in and all their varied life experiences was just fabulous.
We do a lot more than just Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
Yes.
We like to interview everybody. I've interviewed all kinds of sugar babies, transgender sugar babies, every ethnicity that would volunteer to come in and tell their story. I mean, I want to hear everybody's perspective. We've interviewed gay sugar babies, and gay men, and it's been an interesting gamut, and I don't think we'll ever not have something to talk about.
Yeah.
Like I don't think we're ever going to exhaust this subject.
Yeah.
Because it's dynamic and it's ever flowing, ever changing. I feel, even though it's not 100% accepted, it's becoming more accepted.
Yeah. And I mean, meeting all the people at the party this weekend, Hazel and I were just talking about that, but there's so many different people, so many different personalities, so many different backgrounds, but this is a very strong glue that holds us together.
Yeah. All right, well, tell us about your thoughts of this weekend.
Oh, this weekend was so amazing. Just like you said was going to happen, there was an instant bond. Of course, we ladies have had our ladies chat, and so that's been really wonderful to form those connections early. And so it did feel like coming in and seeing friends that we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
And it's particularly interesting for me because I have not had a group of girlfriends since middle school. So yeah, it's been a little while. So to be able to feel this form of camaraderie with other women has been spectacular. And yeah, you organized everything so well. I felt like a VIP. I'm sure we all felt like VIPs. And the catering, or the beautiful way that the Saturday night was laid out, the concert, and it was just, and the bus, the dancing on the bus.
Party bus.
Yes.
But I don't think people realize actually how fun the party bus really is. And it's a short ride.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a big part of the party, but it's funny because it's something you never forget.
It's a highlight.
Yeah.
I've been asking people, what has been one of your highlights?
Right.
And the party bus has definitely been a huge highlight for sure.
Yeah.
Extra fun for me because I'm sober, so I get to watch as everything starts happening.
Yeah. So what did you think of the concert? Did you tell me you hadn't been to a concert in a long time?
I hadn't been to a concert since like a Backstreet Boys concert.
Wow,
in
that's
middle school.
That's a long time ago.
That was a long time ago. It was a wonderful concert. The suite experience was amazing.
Yeah.
That was amazing. I think I would have had a hard time if it had been just sitting in our seats in the pedestrian category, or in the gallery.
Yeah.
Or there's a comedian who said something funny about that. But anyways, so yeah, that was such a good experience. I get a little bit overwhelmed in large social situations. So one of the things that I appreciated the most actually about this weekend was I could be that person who just picks a couch where no one's sitting, just sits on the couch, watches everybody, and then people come in and talk with me, and then they go out, and then they do their own thing. And to not be viewed as weird or strange to do that, and not have that pressure to constantly be engaging, was really important for me.
Good.
Yeah.
We're wrapping up the weekend here. We're just kind of doing a little decompress on Sunday. What are your thoughts of the girls that you've met? Now, you talked to them on WhatsApp and through the group chats, and you kind of had an idea. Anybody just surprise you?
Oh, Yes, yes. One person in particular, I wish I knew her podcast name, so I will not say it, but she's tall.
Yes, Victoria.
Yes, Victoria. She is like, how do I describe Victoria? She's so much energy.
Mm-hmm.
She is a combination of sweet and feisty.
Yeah.
She is not afraid to put herself out there.
Right.
She was the one who is always getting up first on the bus and wanting to pull everyone to dance. When we were in the pool, can I talk about the pool?
Absolutely. We've been talking about the pool.
We've been talking about
that
the
is one of the
pool.
highlights.
Yes, when we were all naked in the pool and she was like, we need to get everybody on the couch into the pool.
I know.
So she just saunters out of the pool fully
Yep.
naked, no shame, and was just like, come on, come in.
Trying to pull me in and Alejandra in, and And we're like, wow, you're pretty convincing right now, but anyway, it was a lot of fun.
It was fun. We had a great time.
She was the surprise star of the show last party. So when she asked if she could come back to this party, I'm like, not only can you must come back because you are the life of the party. Her and Short King really took over, and those were two surprises for us last time because they were the dancers and they weren't afraid to get out there and kind of get the party going. So when she was available, we were very, very excited that she was coming. I hope she's at every party. It's good. I just can't even imagine a party without her now.
Yeah, it was so great.
And she was a last-minute entry to my previous party.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she signed up after the deadline, and she said she really, really liked this band. That it was Pitbull. She goes, I know every song of Pitbull, and I can dance. And then when she got in the suite, she literally put her foot on the ceiling. Did you see that?
I saw a picture of it.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, and she did give a high kick when we were hanging out at the Airbnb.
So we're like, okay, you're bringing that party trick every year.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, and when we were chilling at this beautiful Airbnb, and she was like, I wore my shorts. And so she did a high kick for us, and she's like, I'm ready.
We are so glad you came.
Oh, thank you.
And it was very, very nice meeting you. I'm from Central Texas, and so you live in the Austin area, and that's where I fly in. So definitely if I'm back in that area, we're going to have to, get together and hang out some. But what's going to happen is now you've got friends all over the U.S. and even parts of the world that you can just contact, and they would love to see you anytime you're in their area.
Yeah, I would love to see everybody. Yeah. And Kitty we actually stayed in your house, Marcus.
Right.
So Kitty and myself, and it was so wonderful just to be able to develop that bond with her. She's from Australia. That was a good time. And of course, it was an honor to be at your home, and I loved our little morning chats. Those were great.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you guys want to join us for our next crazy sugar dating party, or if you want to share your stories, find that information at secretsofasugardaddy.com. And then what do you think of our Patreon?
I love our Patreon.
Yeah?
I love it. I remember being so excited when I first discovered it and realizing there's a place where we can be ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's also such an amazing portal for all these connections.
It's a nice little community.
It's
and it's growing. Like I'm getting new members all the time.
Yeah.
The family is growing.
The family's growing.
Yeah, and we want you guys to be a part of the family. So go to patreon.com/Secrets of a Sugar Daddy podcast. Absolutely free. I do throw a lot of free content on there, but to get the full experience of the website, we have tiers starting as little as $10 a month, and then we have some coaching and profile reviews. Did you take advantage of any of that yet?
I did.
You did?
I did. Yes,
Good.
I had signed up at the $10 tier.
Yeah, we had a promotion going.
It was a promotion, and I'm really grateful I got in during that time. So Lily did a review for me.
Yeah, she's great, isn't she?
She's wonderful.
What do you think of Lily?
Oh my God, it's so wonderful to put a face with a name.
Yeah,
and
she's everything that you probably thought she was and more.
Absolutely. She's such a gem. I really appreciate her.
Yeah, and it's so funny how she even came into being in this whole thing, being retired from her profession. I can't really say what it was, but it was a very well-known profession in town and in a small town. And then I can still remember when she was so nervous and going to her first podcast, and she didn't really want to do it. And then she started loosening up a little bit, and now she just runs the thing.
She's amazing. She's an amazing co-host.
Yeah, and I couldn't have done this party without her. Well, she took my credit card, but she basically went shopping and gathered all the neat little things, the gift bags and our charcuterie area with the spelled sugar. And if you want to see that, it's on our Patreon group. We took pictures of that. Isn't that cool?
I was so impressed by what she and a couple other of the ladies did.
Right.
Went out. And it looked totally catered.
Yeah.
It was just a beautiful spread of food. No one was going hungry.
Good. Mm-hmm. Well, we hope to have you back on soon, or at least hang out soon. And we really appreciate you being here.
Well, thank you.
Hopefully this will be, like I advertised, a weekend you will never forget.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Until next time. Bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed your Extra Sugar with Marcus. As always, visit our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com, to comment or tell us your story.